What's going on, Bird Gang? Philly Carnage here. Welcome back to the channel. I want to start right now. Excuse me if I sound all stuffed up. I spent the last week with the kids. Both were sick, and pretty sure those little assholes gave it to me. But if you remember last year, Madden 21, we had a little series going here on the channel that took the NFL by storm during that time that we can't talk about, whether it be here on YouTube or anywhere in general. With all the craziness going on in the world, the ratings of the NFL have continuously, started to fall drastically. And, it's at the point that something new needs to be done. And, we need more excitement in the league. Most people know this as the No Fun League, all that good stuff. They take all the big plays, the big hits, everything out of it. It's no fun anymore. So, the fans, they've hated it. Season ticket numbers have drastically dropped. And, nobody's buying jerseys. So, therefore, the owners' pockets are really hurting. In an attempt to repair the relationship with the fans and get asses back into the seat, the owners have decided to overthrow Commissioner Roger Goodell and find a brand new commissioner. This new commissioner has to be revolutionary. That man, he has, man, woman, whatever, has to be a man of the people, of the players, and, has to have some sort of fantastic idea to, rebuild the NFL. With that being said, I personally would like to introduce you to the new commissioner of the National Football League. The only man that was able to check every single one of those boxes. Former Man of the Year, Ryan Reynolds, also known as Deadpool. The only way Commissioner Reynolds would be able to go ahead and take the NFL by storm this time around was to have buy-in by all 32 NFL franchise owners. 31 of those 32 owners decided, hey, my pockets are hurting enough. I'm up for a change. Let's hear them out. But unfortunately, there was only one that was, not for the entire shakeup, and that was Zygi Wilf, the owner of the Minnesota Vikings. Commissioner Deadpool, as he likes to be referred to, decided, hey, sure, why not? We will come in here, we will buy out the Minnesota Vikings. So that's what he did. He bought out Mr. Wilf for $3 billion and handed the team over to his friend, former taxi driver, Dopinder. Now that Commissioner Deadpool has 100% buy-in from all 32 franchises, he was able to announce how he planned to innovate the league. As desperate times calls for desperate measures, the entire league would enter a fantasy draft.
What is he doing?
And the entire league would reset and build from the ground up. This idea was an instant success, as fans didn't even understand who was going to be on their team yet, as the draft has yet to happen. But season tickets sold out in a heartbeat. TV rights at an all-time high. And fans were constantly emailing the National Football League to find out when jerseys would go on sale, because they wanted to make their team the highest selling. Now, when Commissioner Deadpool handed the team over to Dopinder, there were some fine print. The Vikings will be playing under a different set of rules whenever it comes to, the other 31 teams here in the league, as they enter this fantasy draft with a mindset of signing those exciting players that are going to attribute to wins and, help those jersey sales that much better. Of course, I can't talk. I have no idea why. But hey, let's continue. The Minnesota Vikings have to enter the draft only to seek out journeymen, depth players, and the unwanteds. This reason is because the Minnesota Vikings, once they reach that tipping point and become one of the most prominent teams in the league, from starting legit from the ground up, they will successfully live out the American dream. The second stipulation that Mr. Dopinder had with the Minnesota Vikings was that they will be operating under the rules of walking papers. Under walking papers, it essentially allows the dream of fantasy football to continue throughout this entire series. Meaning, when the team wins, the Minnesota Vikings or whatever they are in the future, will be able to poach a player from the opposing team based off of a scoring system. But then again, when we lose, after we reach that 75 overall, we will be able to lose one of ours. Now, granted, we will be allowed to assign captains to some players. We get a total of 6, and we will use all 6. That will protect whatever players we decide to. Initially, the other 31 owners were not a big fan of the stipulations that were put in front of Mr. Dopinder. But they decided they came around. Once they finally realized what the stipulations were, whenever it come to the draft, they realized, hey, this team's going to be all cupcakey. We don't have to worry about them. That's one team that, can pretty much be eliminated from any potential of making the playoffs. Once the 31 owners agreed, the season began. And with that, welcome to Walking Papers. So now that we got that out of the way, it's time to go ahead and start the fantasy draft. Now, like I said in the intro, the biggest thing to remember, we got to take journeyman. We can't go after the high overall guys. So with the journeyman, we're going to stay below a 65 and lower. And the other stipulation, we're not allowed to take rookie players. So, it's truly those guys that are unwanted, those guys that have been in the league for a while. In a while, they can have one season under their belt and still not be that great. But whenever I talked about the team captains, we're going to go ahead and have 3 on offense and 3 on defense. And with the team captains, those are going to be the guys that we want to, be able to, do pretty much whatever. So with the team captains, we're going to allow from a 68 to a 75 overall. So with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's get right into the draft. So, and of course, whenever we get into here to the draft, we are the number 2 pick. The number 2. So, of course, we would have all these guys that we would be able to go ahead and, have any pick for. But unfortunately, we got to come down here. No idea why. I guess a lot of that's, all those guys there. So with that, let's come in here and, just kind of looking around. Remember, we need a quarterback, one of those quarterbacks that we want to take that, potentially can, have instant impact on the team. And it can't be one of those guys that are out here that, are a rookie, whatnot. We need somebody that is going to be able to do their thing. So, yeah, let's figure out who we're going to go ahead. Do we take quarterback? What do we want? It's early. Let's go. So, with our first pick, it's only right. Head back to Oregon. Get the former Duck. Marcus Mariota, former Tennessee Titan, currently on the Oakland Raiders. Go ahead and grab one of our team captains right away. So with that, we'll go ahead and we'll grab him. We took him at number 2. It's very awkward to see that he is number 367 in true talent, and we took him there at number 2. But hey, Marcus, we're going to be rolling here. We're going to build one hell of a squad. So, I simmed ahead of our pick, and it took us right to Tyron Smith. No idea why. So yeah, that is going to be something that we have to go ahead and fix in the near future. Stupid. So the draft concluded. I didn't really, we didn't really show much. We did go ahead, we did adjust it, and got rid of Tyron Smith there. So as we just take a look here, we got Marcus Mariota there. That's 70 overall. We do have him, Quez Watkins, and Titus Howard as our offensive captains here. But just kind of looking at it, we got Marcus Mariota there, 70 overall, Jason Huntley, Deontay Foreman, and I always forget his name, Jordan Scarlett there as our running backs. Quez Watkins, Freddie Swain, Deontay Spencer, I think it's Deontay Spencer, I forget his name, what the hell is it, DeMichael Harris, and little Jordan Humphrey as our wide receiver group. Then we got Prince Teo Wanawego, something like that, left tackle, Titus Howard, Bodine Dunn, Isaiah Wilson, and Donald Parham Jr. Right here is our tight end, 84 speed, 79 catching. All right, like I said, we're gonna be at that cupcake team. Eventually, hopefully, we get to where we want to be. We got Smoot, Neville Gilmore, and Kaon Crossing there as our team captains on defense. They're, like I said, they could go from 68 to 75. And, the closest one we got is Smoot there at a 74. Johnson Jr., Day, Dorsey, Nixon, Westry as our corners. Hartsfield, Javon, I think it's Javon White. Yeah, it is. Javon White there out of UNLV as our right outside linebacker. Vosan Jofis, Harris, and, GRAYLAND. I wanted to say Galen, but it's GRAYLAND Arnold. They're out of Baylor as our strong safety. So, I did want to say the one thing that I had to do, we had to go with a 67 punter, just because that was the only one that was left. The lowest overall punter in free agency, and we had to go ahead and rock with it. So, with that being said, we're going to have fun. We are going to relocate. So, I had a couple in mind. So, we'll come back and look at it. If you haven't yet, be sure to check out the video that I did that shows every single relocation franchise that you can possibly do here on Madden 22. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get in here. We're going to sim up these games. And, it is preseason. So, there is a possibility that if we get a victory, we can easily steal somebody off the opposing team. Julio Jones, Trey White, and Ezekiel Elliott are their X factors. So, without getting into the actual full team, we'll just take a look there and see what they're rocking whenever it comes to abilities. But let's go ahead and get into this, get into the sim. We're not going to come in. We'll discuss on what we plan on doing. As far as the actual gameplay when we get into the regular episodes, as we're already down 7-0. This defense is, pretty much this is bad. Can we get a touchdown though? But we do. We got a touchdown, 17-7. But like I said, we'll discuss how we're gonna do it. Probably thinking, 3 games an episode. 1 we play, 1 we jump in the moments. And then the other one we're just going to completely sim up. As we're bringing this back, we're within a touchdown. We are within a touchdown in this game. What the hell is going on? We're 64 overall. Denver, you should be better than this. And this game should be over now. Yeah, it is. All right. But 13 points for a 64 overall team, I'll take it. Let's take a look, see what exactly happened here. How did the Vikings do? We had Mariota coming in 3 for 6, 16 yards. Brett Ripien, 22-39, 219 and a touchdown. Not terrible. Foreman, definitely got to get this running game going. Receiving-wise, little Jordan Humphrey, Foreman. All right, so we definitely, we threw to the backs. Defensively, we had a couple TFLs. All right, Deshaun Hall, Darius Harris, Bobby Price, Smoot coming in there. Any sacks? No sacks, and no picks. So, overall, pretty solid performance for, this team so far. Week 2 of the preseason, we are going up against the Indianapolis Colts, Levante Davis, Nick Bosa, and Marlon Humphrey. So, Let's see. Can we somehow go ahead and get a victory here? I'd be surprised, like I said in the first matchup, whether or not we get any victories here in in preseason. But if we do, fantastic. We can go ahead. We can get out there. We can show you guys the scoring system, all that fun stuff. And we're already down. We're 24-0. Got a touchdown 24-7, but it's looking like we're gonna get absolutely destroyed here. Yeah. Let's get through this preseason. 38-10 here in the third quarter. Let's see. It's definitely going to be different when we actually hop in, but we absolutely got destroyed. I mean, yikes. Yikes. Couldn't complete a pass to save our life. 31% by Ripien, 27% by Marcus Mariota. Couldn't run the ball at all. Huntley 3 for 0. Foreman 2 for 6. Whew. This is going to be rough. Here in the final preseason game, we got Jair Alexander, Bobby Wagner, and Brian Burns on the Kansas City Chiefs. So, I mean, maybe, just maybe we'll be able to come out a victory here, something. It'd be nice to pull somebody from the Chiefs. I mean, anything to help the squad out. Oh, we did get a safety, 7-2. 7-2, we're in the red zone. All right, we brought it within a 2. Brought it within 2 here. And we took the lead. We got the first lead all preseason. Oh, wow. 11 to... All right, 14-11. Let's go. Offense moving the ball. But it's looking like we're going to be, disappointed once again. 28-11 here. But the nice thing is we did have the lead at one point, but we're slowly bringing it back. And, I mean, that's going to do it. 42-21, most likely. And that's going to do it. But that's going to do it for me here for this episode. But before we go ahead and we, pretty much end up, let's go and take a look. Take a look here at the scoring and what we're exactly going to do. So here in Walking Papers, like I said in the initial intro, if we win, it's going to be based off a star system. So the way to go ahead and get stars, if we win, it's 1 star. If we win, plus it's the divisional game, that's an automatic 2 stars. Win by 14, you get half a star. Win by 21, you get a full star. Shutout is a full star. You get 300 passing yards, half a star. 100 rushing yards, half a star. 100 receiving yards, half a star. Same thing, 3 touchdown passes, 2 rushing, and 2 receiving, all equal half a star. 2 sacks is half, 1 interception is half. Win the turnover battle, half a star. And, pretty much the best you can do is a 5-star performance. You get a 5-star performance. It's a plus 10 overall that we can do from that team. If we get, the 5-star, that gives us that chance to spin the wheel. I'm still working on that, trying to figure out exactly what we want to do in that. And we are also going to have a 5-star loss that can happen as well, which will have its separate wheel that you'll make that loss even more painful. And, the way that I'm thinking about doing it is it'll be full stars, whatever we get in a game that we actually play, we'll add that. When we get to the Sims, we'll get it and we'll half it, but we'll round up, just to be fair, whether it's a loss or a win. Round up, just keep it at keep it 100. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope you guys are excited as I am. In Madden 21, I really enjoyed this series. Definitely a different take. Definitely something that I keyed in on, enjoyed it. Unfortunately, when the next gen came out, couldn't transfer it. It's an offline franchise, so yeah. But yeah, make sure, if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like. That helps me out more than you guys know. We are on the road to 350 subscribers here on the channel. And again, thank you guys for the 300. I look forward to continue to grow with you guys. And don't forget, at 500 subscribers here on the channel, we will be doing a jersey giveaway. So the quicker we get to 500, the quicker we can get a jersey giveaway going. But until next time, thanks for stopping by. Peace.